These are the 5 mistakes that people are making the most often as traders that are definitely costing you money. Welcome to the channel. My name is Forrest. I invest in stuff. I'm a day trader. I'm going to go through these most common mistakes in this video. If you're new here, you probably didn't notice a change of set, but if you've been here for a while, you'll notice that the walls behind me are black again. So I finally put the wallpaper up. I spent all day doing this. The studio is like outside of this frame is actually crazy. There's just stuff everywhere, piles of stuff. But that's the power of video. You literally have no idea what's outside of this frame. Go ahead though, if you're brand new here, sign up for the Discord. We live trade there every single day, market hours 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're a no BS group, right? We just are literally trading almost like a trading pod, if you're not familiar with that term. So it's people trading together, holding people accountable. Myself, Soul, and a few other are leaders in the group, helping people learn how to trade. So if you're a new trader, we definitely will help you, but really you'll get to see how people trade for real. Enough of the advertisement. Do check out the links below, but let's get into the video. What are the top 5 mistakes and are you making them? Maybe you made these in 2023 and you want to weed these out for 2024 to start your year off right. The number one mistake that traders make that is costing them money is trading without stops. Now, sometimes I trade without stops and you're probably saying, Forrest, you just contradicted yourself inside of 15 seconds. Yes, I did. But as a new trader, if you're somebody learning how to trade, you absolutely need to trade with stops. Why? Because you need to understand how many at-bats you have. You need to manage your capital stack. What do I mean by that? Let's use a very simple figure. Let's say you start day trading with $1,000 and the stop on every single one of your trades is $100. Now, some simple math. Assume that you lose 10 trades in a row. That means you have 10 attempts, every single one of them getting stopped out to try and make money. Now, you're probably thinking, well, 10 isn't that much. And you're right. You're exactly right. That's the problem. That's why you need to trade with good stops and use as much a small risk as possible. But this actually is going to go into my next point. The second biggest mistake that new traders make that costs them money is trading with stops that are too tight. Now, you might be very annoyed saying, first, I'm not trading without stops and I add stops and they're too tight. Risk management, guys. All of these things really go into risk management. But I chose these as examples because they're actually super critical in actually effectively executing as a trader. So let's use the same example of $1,000 and you make your stops instead of $100, you make it $5. So now you have 200 at bats. 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. The problem is every single one of those trades is going to get stopped out. Not every single one, right? Randomly, you'll get into some trades that are immediately green, but you would have to be an absolute sniper in the market to never get stopped out. And what's going to happen is your win rate's going to be super low. You're going to think you have really good risk management, but because your stops are too tight, it's going to be really hard for you to actually get into a trade and test your hypothesis effectively. So if you want to actually effectively test hypothesis in the market, then you need to make sure that your stops are not too tight. You have to give your trades room to breathe with enough risk, small enough risk, I should say, to not get blown out the water when your trade goes red or if you get stopped out. Number 3, over trading. Over trading is something, I still struggle with it, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some days I do 2 trades and I just get off and I don't know why I don't do that every day. There are other days where even if I'm having a great day, I'm scalping. Let's just say I have like 6 or 7, 8 or 9, 10 amazing scalps. At some point, you just know to yourself, you've got to be done. As a new trader, not talking about me or anybody else who has been consistent, as a brand new trader, you don't have track record. You have zero data that you can look back on to really understand how good of a trader that you are. Protecting your capital stack. I'm going to sound like something that repeats itself. I couldn't think of an analogy off the top of my head in this video, but protecting your capital stack is the most important thing as a new trader. So many new traders blow up their accounts, right? They try to go for home run wins, or they overtrade and it's death by 1,000 cuts. If you start a day, market opens at 9:30, it's 10:30, you're at 10 trades and you're negative on the day, I'm going to tell you right now, you're very unlikely to fix that day. You're very unlikely to go from red to green because you are so zoomed in, and I can already describe the mentality. When you're in that state, you're in the zoomed in mentality, you're trying to revenge trade, you're trying to make your money back. And so you aren't trading because you see a good trade. You're trading because you want to get lucky and make some of your money back. You want to reduce that number. Ignore it, ignore your P&L, shut it down, stop trading, and come back the next day. I could tell you from experience, I know exactly what you're thinking, I know how you're thinking, I know how you're approaching the market, which is why I know you're doing it the wrong way. Stop over trading. What you could do is you could actually set a limit for the amount of trades you want to do on the day. I did this for a period of time. It's a really smart thing to do. And just say, I'm only going to do a maximum of 10 trades today. Or be even more stringent, and this is my advice if you're a new trader, do something like 5. You only get 5 trades on a day. And after that, whether you're green or red, you shut it down. And then you can spend the rest of the day analyzing price action, trading on a sim, testing your hypothesis, journaling, and taking notes about what happened. And what's going to happen is every single trade that you take is going to be much more thoughtful because you feel limited. You don't feel like you have an unlimited amount of at-bats, which you shouldn't anyways. So you're going to be much more thoughtful, much more strategic with your entries, which is ultimately going to make you a better trader. And it's going to make make you more profitable. I'm telling you, the more strategic and thoughtful that you are with your trades, you're going to take better trades by default. I promise you. The fourth biggest mistake that traders make that costs them money is ignoring the time of the day. So this goes into over trading. Let's say the market's hot. You have the market moves at 7:30. 7:30 is one of my favorite times. If you've been in our Discord, you know that I really like to trade, going into the open 7 to 8:30 before it kind of cools off a little bit before 9:30. Recently, it's actually been moving quite a bit even into the open, but that's besides the point. Noon. Let's say it's 12:30, or let's say it's 7 p.m., 8 p.m. after settlement. The market gaps, whatever, you're trying to trade settlement. Don't do that. It's super slow. You're a new trader and you're likely to get chopped up unless you have a backlog of hypothesis, back tested hypothesis that you can look back on and say, okay, here's why I'm trading settlement today. Here's why I'm actually in this trade right now based off of this data the last month, or the market cycle that I think we're in, or the seasonality of the market, or the major trend in the market. I think, we're in an uptrend. And so I see, we gap down. Awesome. Maybe we're close to a naked POC. So I'm going to go long. I guarantee you as a new trader, you're probably not thinking any of those things, right? You see a red candle and you're like, oh man, it looks like it's going to keep going down. So I'm gonna go short. You get smoked. You see a green candle. You're like, oh, I think it's going to go all the way up. Go long. You get smoked. Price action super slow and grindy. So you freak out as soon as it goes against you because you're waiting so long for your outcome. Just wait for regular trading hours, or what we call RTH. Just wait for regular trading hours where we have faster candles. It's easier to read and you're not testing your patience so much. Over time, obviously you could trade any time of the day that you want. That's one of the cool things about trading. But I'm telling you, as a new trader, one of the most annoying things you could possibly do is have a really green day, a really green morning, or chop yourself up at lunch, or chop yourself up, in the evening going into the next day, absolutely killing your P&L. Been there, done that. Don't do it. The fifth mistake that traders are making that is costing them money is overcomplicating their strategy. Guys, I see so much. It's interesting being in the position that I am. We have a lot of people come in just saying stuff. And me and the other, traders in Discord, we have our side channels trying to figure out, hey, are these strategies effective? Where are people pulling this stuff from? And seeing if it's useful. More often than not, it isn't. Now, that's not to attack people or anything like that. I've been there. I've looked at so many strategies, so many indicators, so many different analysis. All you really need, trade guys, is to understand some basic statistics about the market. How often does it close a gap after it sweeps an overnight low or an overnight high? How often does it close green on a Monday? How often does it close red on a Thursday? Right? Some basic statistics about the market, which will give you edge. This will actually give you edge. Let's just throw a random stat out. Let's just say that that the market 60% of the time closes green on a Monday. Let's just say that that's true. There's tons of statistics out there that you can utilize. 60%. So if you're going short 10 Mondays in a row, you have a losing strategy. You have a losing strategy. Some basic math, some basic knowledge about the market is going to help you develop edge. Here's another simple example. Ignore numbers. We're in an uptrend. You look at the market over the past 7 days, we've had 7 green candles with a ton of volume. And you've been short yesterday, the day before that, and you're thinking about shorting today because you're trying to catch a reversal. Stop. At some point, you have to stop trying to snipe the reversal and just understand, I could have just literally went long at any point in the last 7 days and I would have made money. So many of you guys are trying to figure out when the market's going to stop doing what it's doing and do something else, that you just don't trade what it's doing. Simplify your strategy. Come up with a strategy book or playbook that's just 3 or 4 trades. Look for those trades in the market. Look for those setups. And if you see anything else, I implore you, I encourage you, right? I'm telling you, as somebody who's been doing this, just do nothing. Don't do the scalp. Don't do the other trade. Do nothing. Ignore the trades that other people are in. Do nothing. Play your playbook. See if you could play your playbook for a month. Test out the strategies, journal. Make sure you have data on your playbook, because if you're just taking, this trade and then that type of trade and then this type of trade and then that type of trade and then this type of trade and then that type of trade and this type of trade, and you've got 11 different types of trades. Half of them were longs, half of them were shorts. One was a double top that failed. One was a flag breakout that failed. One was a flag that succeeded. You're not going to be able to mentally keep up with all of the different setups in the market. You're not going to remember that. Keep it simple. Trading is so simple. It's so simple, guys. We overcomplicate it. And you'll hear me in the Discord oftentimes say, I'll give my thoughts and then I'll say I'm going to do nothing, because I understand that sometimes there's just low probability trades. There are A trades, B trades, C trades, and D trades. And all I mean by that is based off of what you see in your experience, your playbook, some of your own data, and just your gut feeling. There are trades where you just know it's easy. It's an easy trade. We broke out, a price area. We broke a resistance. The next primary liquidity target is 20 points higher. I know that I can get at least 10 points chasing easily. We swept an overnight lower high. We hit a naked POC or something like that. Very, very high chance we return back to the mean, VWAP. I did a whole video talking about VWAP, these return to mean trades. The market likes to sweep liquidity. It likes to go to a previous liquidity area, trap people, and reverse. It does that every day, all the time. Look at where the market changes directions. It's usually right right where people, you know, it looks just like it's going to keep going and then it reverses every time, all the time. And maybe you're one of those people that gets trapped. So only take the A trades. If you have a ton of uncertainty, just do nothing. Can't lose money if you do nothing, which gives you an at-bat for later for an A trade. That's really it, guys. I hope that you will be profitable in 2024. If you want some assistance learning how to trade, definitely, again, join our Discord, subscribe to my channel. I have a ton of really cool content planned for this year, including a course that I am working on to help people go from zero to day trading hero. That's actually not what I'm going to call it. I literally thought of that as I'm filming this, but it's going to give you everything you need to learn how to day trade. If you just want some help right now, join our Discord. We're giving 30-day free trial for the month of January. So if you join right now, you don't have to pay any money, 30 days. You can see us. We day trade live every day. There's no BS. There's nothing to hide. I'm literally giving you 30 days free, guys. If you're a non-believer, we call out all our trades there, and there's quite a few non-believers. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to prove anything to y'all. Y'all can come and see for yourself. As with every video, I'll end it saying thank you. I appreciate y'all who put your trust in me, your time. You could be doing anything else. So I absolutely do not take it for granted that you spent time here on my channel. Thank you. And I'm going to do my best to help you however I can. Feel free to shoot me a DM on Discord. You can shoot me a message on Instagram. Sometimes those get a little bit lost, but I will check them and try to get back to you as quickly as I can, as well as other people in the Discord. Feel free to reach out, build your own relationships there. Woo, that's the longest outro ever. Peace.